Lights are on. And this pursuit began in Bell, with Bell police in pursuit. A failure to yield, but then it got...
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's the Resistance. Back at you live. We got a police chase in LA. This is going on right now in Los Angeles. So y'all check this out.
Gun was seen thrown out of the vehicle. Then the driver, the suspect, took off at a high rate of speed.
Shout outs to Calamity Jane Cooper, Bully Back Gardens. Appreciate you.
There you see some video from earlier today. He was really moving, and you'll notice his lights are off, going on the wrong side of the road. There he is taking an aggressive turn like he's going to go take a right, and he doesn't, and he swerves back straight, and he takes off really fast. He's going to go through this intersection right here, no lights, running the red light, and then continues on forward. Clocked up to 82 miles an hour in the Vernon area. And you notice the lights still remain off there on the right-hand side. That's video from earlier. And here he is, driving aggressively, then taking a very tight U-turn and going in the opposite direction. You see the black and whites right behind him. Here he is. He's turning into a parking lot now. And it looks like, are they going to try to stop him?
Big speed.
Almost. They almost took an aggressive maneuver there and stopped him from getting out. Now you'll notice his speed has picked up. So that little aggressive move got him to move a little bit quicker. He was going up to 50, 60 miles an hour. Now he's slowed down to 47 miles per hour. There you see us clocking it on Air 7 with our SkyMap 7. Southgate is where he remained on East Gage Avenue and passing Carmelita Avenue. Now going at 32 miles per hour, so he's slowed way down again, going through a green light, which is not what he's been doing. He's been flying through the red lights, what we saw earlier today, but in the last half hour or so, he seems to have slowed down. But there you see the black and whites in pursuit, staying close behind him on East Gage Avenue. We don't know much about this suspect, except for the fact that he threw a gun out of the vehicle, and so this pursuit continues on. And it's almost been Bell the entire time. I'm assuming that's still Bell, but I'm not sure. It could be Southgate, as Bruce Thomas was telling us, that he could be, it could be Southgate in pursuit. But nevertheless, pursuit has been going on for the better part of 2 hours now. Hour and a half or so. It's 11:39 in the evening. It's been a quiet night at that on a Friday night on Randolph Street now in the Southgate.
Shout out to Wolfie Gladly,
which has been the case
Derek Hansen,
most of the time.
Audit Press National Artists Convention. What's up, bro?
Oh, fantastic. I thought you might have wanted to go to bed.
No, I'm laid down. I'm a night out. Plus, I don't have to work tomorrow. But the other thing, too, is, he's just playing this cat and mouse game with the officers. Every time they get close, he slows, he pulls away, he slows down, they back off. So it's just a bizarre cat and mouse game. It really is.
Right. What did you think about that close call when he went through that parking lot and that black and white thought about blocking him in and then kind of stopped at the last second? What did you think about that maneuver?
It's not something that's taught or something to do, but you know what, though? Officers, we are human beings. We do have opinions and feelings, and I think there's a little bit of frustration, and I probably would have done the same thing, and you know what? I'll take the discipline down the road. It's not a safe maneuver, but I might have done that.
Right, because this could be a really long night for these guys, and if this guy's going to be playing games with them like that, I mean, the full concept of the thought that this could go on for a few more hours, I mean, come on. What a difficult thing. He's going the wrong way down the road, by the way. You'll notice the arrows on the pavement pushing or aiming in the opposite direction. So now he's moved over to the right-hand side. But that was indicative of him early on in this pursuit. There you see the black and whites are paralleling him on the other side of the road. Let's see what happens here. And if he decides that he's going to continue to go straight, you'll notice he went right to a stop sign there. And Bruce, I kind of feel for police officers in this case because this is tough business. And you're right, they're human beings. If they see an opportunity to end this and end it quickly, who wouldn't take that opportunity?
Yeah, too, as you're dealing with if it is Southgate or Bell TV, they don't have the amount of units that say, for example, Sheriff Chief Delinquent F. So the drain on their city resources, they're putting calls on hold, calls for service may not be getting answered, and even 911 calls, I hate to say it, may not be responded to because of this pursuit.
Yeah, that's a good point, and that's really unfair to the community too. They need help, and I'm sure things are happening on a Friday night, and this guy is soaking up resources that they could be helping other citizens. And instead, who knows what his history is or what he's up to. Clearly, probably nothing good from the indication that we've seen, plus throwing out the gun from the vehicle. But he seems intent on continuing to go. And again, staying only in Southgate in the last 45 minutes or so. This is the only place that we've seen him. So clearly this is his comfort zone. My prediction is that he probably is from this area to some degree. We haven't heard anything more about the vehicle except that it was just simply a failure to yield. It doesn't come back as stolen. But of course the gun situation is what really advances this situation. And you'll notice it's tough to see inside the vehicle with tinted windows. There he is on the wrong side of the road again. He seems content at doing this. He sees those islands, Bruce, and he always seems to want to go on the wrong side of the road.
Yeah, sometimes, it's a tactic. Maybe if I can get another vehicle to crash, the officers will pull off and have to render aid to those people. Or it could just be he's just very unfamiliar with where he's going, and he's taking shortcuts on the wrong side of the road. Or he could be impaired in some way, shape, or form, either through a mental disability, drugs, and or alcohol.
Well, we have seen that in the past. In fact, recently we saw a really long pursuit here where it was very clear that the suspect was either under the influence or undergoing some sort of a...
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's the Resistance. We got a car pursuit over here in LA, man. Y'all check it out, roll up, get some refreshments. Ain't too much going on my end as far as commentary. They giving it to y'all right now. So y'all check this out.
A mental episode, and I think it was the second one. It was the latter part of that. So that pursuit did come finally to a peaceful end, even though it went for many hours. And his family thanked law enforcement for being so patient with him because he was able to get the help that he needed. But that's a
shout out to Don on Mo 72, Matthew Williams Sparks.
Although I will say, the gun being thrown out of the vehicle says a lot, Bruce.
It does. It escalates this into a whole different category. Now with a felony stop at the terminus of the pursuit, yes, guns are drawn, but now your level of security and safety is heightened.
I'll be back momentarily. I'm about to take a smoke.
Well, as we continue to watch this pursuit, 11:44, 11:45 in the evening, it's on a wide open Bandini Boulevard, nearing 3rd Street in Southgate. He just seems to be wandering the streets. There's an indication from Air 7's SkyMap 7 that tells you exactly where he is. It's a wide shot now where you can see the black and whites just kind of following along. He's not speeding right now. He's staying on the right side of the road. That's the suspect vehicle, a Chevy Malibu that has been pursued for about an hour and a half now, or perhaps a little bit longer. He just seems intent on just continuing to move, although not moving as fast as he was. Bruce, did you see when he stopped at that gas station? Did you think that he was going to refuel?
That was very bizarre, but I remember years ago there was a suspect that did that. There was aided police as they went into a tracking surveillance mode, and he actually stopped to put a couple of gallons of gas in the car, and maybe he was looking to carjack another vehicle.
Oh, yeah, and that's another case too. When they get out of the vehicle, watch out. Bad things happen, unless they're giving up, of course. So there he is taking a right on Southeastern Avenue off of Bandini, and he still is in Southgate with some very wide open streets. He's on the right side of the street for 38, 39 miles per hour, so he's at least going at a speed that is reasonable and safer, going through a green light there. And you notice not a whole lot of traffic on the road right now as we approach midnight on a Friday night. There's the vehicle getting out of the way. There's the black and whites right behind him. He's going to take a stop there on oncoming traffic. Let's see if he U-turns or goes across the street. Let's see if he's going to U-turn. I feel like, Bruce, that those three black and whites have been behind him the entire time.
Yeah, I would concur with you on that one, David. What I'm kind of surprised is because of the wide open streets and the very light traffic and the speeds have not really picked up beyond what you were saying, is that they have not requested to do a pit maneuver. I would like to believe that one of the 3 officers in the vehicle is pit maneuver trained. But I'm kind of surprised they have not maybe tried it or requested it.
There you go. U-turn again here. The pit maneuver, to me, looks like a really tricky maneuver. I guess you got to train to get that thing right, because you got to get right up on the rear and make sure that you got to make the maneuver faster than they can accelerate to get out of your way.
Yeah, it's a controlled crash, basically, is what it is. You're going to hit the left quarter panel or the right quarter panel, give it gas, spin the vehicle at the same time as the vehicle spins out of control. You have to get out of the way. So it's something that you practice over the Emergency Vehicle Operations Center, and your vehicle, it has to be equipped to be able to do it with some different grills along the front too, or you damage your vehicle and incapacitate it.
Right. Okay. So he's gonna, let's see if he sneaks here. He's gonna take a right here. When you do the pit maneuver, Bruce, is it designed to box him in, or is it designed to make his car stall out?
It's designed to take the suspect vehicle, spin them to the point where the car will either stall or you can damage the vehicle if it's rear-wheel drive so it becomes disabled. Ideally you want to spin the vehicle out, and in cases what we've seen is that the law enforcement agency kind of goes nose to nose with the suspect vehicle.
When you do a pit maneuver, what does it feel like on the inside of the car? Do you feel a collision, a concussion of some sort?
Not really, because there's a little jarring factor, but you're wearing your seatbelt because you're hitting the suspect vehicle on the rear quarter down, just trying to spin it. So it's like a minor collision, maybe, like 10 to 15 miles an hour, maybe.
Right. Okay, so he's on East Slauson Avenue. You saw him go over the 710 freeway. Thanks for lighting that up for us, as we get an idea on where he is. He's exiting Southgate on East Slauson Avenue. He's passing East 52nd Place and now heading towards Woodlawn Avenue. His lights are on. He just seems intent on continuing to move. There you see a good shot of the car. We have not been able to see inside the car at all. I know it's just the tint, maybe it's the darkness. It does look like tinted windows though, Bruce.
Yeah, a lot of people have tinted windows. Some are darker than they legally can be. But yeah, it did look like the windows are tinted. We were able to see through Air 7 HD an arm, so it does appear to be a male. Whether he's a sole occupant or not, we just don't know yet.
Okay, so there he is, staying on East Slauson Avenue, wide open street. And notice that, as Bruce was mentioning, that pit maneuver, these wide open streets are what is necessary in order to pull off a pit maneuver. It has to be clear. There's a car coming up through the window here, of course. It has to be clear, but they also have to catch the guy. If he's going over a certain amount of speed, you can't pull it off, right?
No, if they're doing a high rate of speed, it's not safe for anybody to do that. Ideally, you want a slow speed, such as perfect condition would be if you were making a right turn or a left turn. You come up behind them, accelerate, hit the suspect vehicle, spin it out of control.
Yeah, that would make sense because he's got to slow down a little bit, and also he's gonna basically offer up his back end, and that's when you could pop it and move the vehicle. Correct. But you have to be on him, though. You have to be close, and I guess the speed is.
Yeah, you've got to be real calculated, because if he does it, you have to gun your vehicle, hit his vehicle, get your vehicle gas, spin out of control, and then get out of the problem, basically.
Right. Good shot there, and I've noticed the entire time 2 SUVs and a sedan, black and white, behind him, and it seems that to be the case the entire time. Yeah, these officers eventually could get pretty fatigued doing this, can't they, Bruce?
Pretty much. You have tunnel vision. Ideally, what would be nice in this case would be what CHP does. You swap out the vehicles. The lead vehicle drops back, maybe becomes the third vehicle, and they move up in the conga line. And that's so you don't get the tunnel vision. You stay fresh behind the wheel, so to speak.
Okay, so we're lighting it up. South Atlantic Boulevard is where he is. And let's see, still in Southgate, East Los Angeles area. Wide open here, very dark. Is he getting on something? Let's see what he's doing here. Yeah, thank you. Let's see, what is this? It looks like he's getting onto the 710. Potentially getting onto the 710 southbound, I think. 710 southbound now. So now he's going to be on the freeway. He's going to pick up speeds. You could, we'll notice, let's see how he does this next to the vehicles. All right, so 61 miles per hour. He doesn't seem to be totally opening it up right now. I imagine the black and whites remain behind him. And Bruce, I haven't seen it in a while, but the helicopter is over this right now, right?
That's correct. The helicopter is still calling the pursuit in a surveillance mode. At some point, the helicopter has fueled for about 2.5 hours. I know that the sheriff's helicopter has already swapped himself out once already. But if he stays on the freeway, I would like to think they're going to make requests for CHP to take this pursuit over as they get further and further out of their jurisdiction.
Is there a reason why the CHP would want to take over this pursuit?
Not really. They have to be requested though. And you know, Highway Patrol, that's what they do on freeway. They manage pursuits. They do pursuits. They're very well versed in it, and so they probably would not decline an usually request unless they did not have the resources.
Right. Okay. So he's still on the 710 South. We've seen him here before. Before we got on the air and I went to the 11 o'clock, he was on the 710 South as well. That brought him back to Southgate. Let's see how long he stays on the freeway this time. The last time he wasn't on very long, and it seems like he didn't feel comfortable getting too far away from what we believe might be where his home is, or at least the area where he knows pretty well, and that would be Southgate. But you can see as you watch the indicators there on our SkyMap 7, he's on the south, 710 South, near the exit 15 Bell and Florence Avenue in Southgate, heading about 70 miles an hour into the 60s now. Wide open freeway. There's not a whole lot of options you have on a freeway, right, Bruce?
Yeah, that's correct. You're at the discretion of the freeway. There are off ramps, but for the most part, it's basically just an open road for you to go at your own discretion. I don't know if an Air 7 HP pulled out. If the helicopter is still overhead, they may have turned off their night sun and are just watching it through their night vision goggles. But I don't see the light anymore from the helicopter.
Okay. Well, I just got told by our producers that Air 7 is running low on fuel. They're going to have to pull off of this pursuit. We're going to stay on top of the outcome. So tune into Eyewitness News tomorrow morning for the update on that, as well as a whole bunch of other news that was happening tonight that unfortunately we weren't able to bring you. But the headline of the evening, of course, is Lady Gaga's dog have been found safe by a woman. We don't know the details of it just yet, but we're trying to gather that, and we hope you will join us for Eyewitness News in the morning. In the meantime, Bruce, again, Bruce Thomas, thank you so much for joining us today. You really helped me out.
My pleasure, David. Have a great evening.
All right, everybody, thank you for joining us. We'll have updates for you on abc7.com.
Breaking news tonight, the critical vote, a third COVID vaccine clearing a major hurdle here in the U.S. An FDA advisory panel endorsing Johnson & Johnson's one-shot vaccine, clearing the way for emergency authorization as early as this week. How many doses could ship immediately and how
It's the resistance, y'all. Situation in LA. The shit ain't over. Hang on for a second. I'm looking for more sources. Caught me in the middle of a little chokey choke. 4-alarm blaze in the background. Apologize about about that, ladies and gentlemen. It's the resistors, man. I know how we get down. Let me see if I can find some more information on that. Yeah, that situation pretty much over with right now. Y'all hang on for a minute. I'm gonna see what else I can find. Shout out to Mike Jones, Manuel Ferreira, Calamity Jane Cooper. Yeah, I'm stuck right now. I'm in the bathroom while live streaming. I ain't even know the drink went off. Apologize about that. Full on blazes all through the joint. Let me see what I can find, man. That's me right there. Yeah, I just happened to wake up. I was asleep. Turn on the computer. I see that going on. What's up with y'all? What y'all doing up? Yeah, shut it down. They didn't catch him. They trying to wait for him to run out of gas. So that's what's going on out in LA, man. Just surprised they took that joint down, though.
Well, like that's something.
Ain't that something? That was to do, right?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure. You know, they have a curfew with the airships, and it's midnight, and it's 3 a.m. our time. So I'm pretty sure that everybody's going to be off of this. And if you see anything, it is most likely going to be because some of these just go back and start rerunning stuff, which is really annoying.
Yeah.
That's the Cretans and Bishop show. Y'all go over there and check them out. They talking about it, but the news is pretty much ended coverage on the chase, but the chase is still going on.
I hate that.
Because then everybody thinks it's live. But yeah, I don't see anything either.
No. I'm zooming through.
But that makes sense why everybody just jumped out there at the same time.
Y'all welcome Manuel Ferreira. Ferreira is in the house. Who are we to resist? That's a good question, Manuel. We resist against tyranny and corruption from our government officials, point blank.
Hey, by the way, while he looks for if there is any more visuals, I want to tell you guys that, yes, we do live chases over here. As many as we can when we catch them. And not only that, but also at 4:05 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We jump on for We Got a Chase, where it's viewer-submitted classic chases. We get together and watch them every day at 4:05 p.m. live with you, which is a lot of fun.
That's the Cretans and Bishop show right there. They do all live chases. I'm still looking, I'll see if I can find any coverage on it. Yeah, I think it's shut down. That's surprising, though, that they shut that down. That's really surprising. Oh, fuck it. How about we go over that video again? That joint that I premiered earlier. just to take up some dead space for those who ain't seen it yet. 357 Signon B said he didn't see that joint yet. Now make sure y'all hit the likes, man. I brought y'all that car chase, man. Came to y'all first from the resistance. I could have caught it anyway, but I chose to catch it here first, and I appreciate that. Here it is. Okay. Is that live, Dave Armando? Is that live? CBS is still live, he says. Okay.
Get the CBS Los Angeles app on any device. Local news, sports, weather, video on demand. And CBS in LA. All in just one tap. Download now. Get the CBS Los...
That's some bullshit right there.
To turn himself in later today. All right, Jasmine, happening today.
That's not it.
David, final authorization from the FDA is expected within the next 24 hours. Then on Sunday,
Can't find nothing, yo.
Answered. Most experts agree one way out of the pandemic is with a needle, but news about coronavirus vaccines changes by the hour. A new shot from Johnson & Johnson could be approved by the weekend.
And continuing to basically do a giant loop through this area. So he's definitely familiar with the neighborhood, trying to stay in this part of the San Fernando Valley. Back on DeSoto Avenue, I think it's the second or third time on DeSoto Avenue, traveling northbound on DeSoto, weaving around traffic. A few cars in his way here, willing to weave right by. And you see each of these.
Wolfie, you gotta come on YouTube, bro, to get the link. I mean, I just dropped it, but it's through StreamYard on YouTube, bro.
Basically calling all the shots from above, waiting for their opportunity, letting them use up as much gas as possible. Time is on their side here, so we'll see if they decide to change tactics here. For the time being, letting them exhaust some of that fuel and blow off some steam for what is now a joyride through the valley. Again, maintaining the zone. He's on DeSoto, continuing northbound on DeSoto. Picking up a little bit of speed, upwards of 55 to 60 miles per hour. Through the red at Santa-Coy, continuing northbound DeSoto Avenue. We haven't seen him blow right through many reds, but he's blown through plenty of stop signs. He's been pretty blunt with the traffic lights. Blew right through that red light at Santa-Coy, continuing northbound on DeSoto. Once again, if you're just joining us live on abc7.com and our ABC7 streaming apps, Chris Christie up at Air 7 HD as we continue to follow this police pursuit in the western part of the San Fernando Valley. If you're watching us on your cell phone, a good opportunity to remind you, you can download our ABC7 streaming apps on Apple TV, Roku, Amazon TV, Fire TV, and of course, Android TV as well. And watch this breaking news on the big screen as we continue to bring you these live pictures over a police pursuit started about 20 minutes ago. The driver wanted for reckless driving, continuing northbound at the green there, but just weaving past anybody in his way to try and evade police. We've seen a pretty heavy police presence in this part of the valley, not only the pursuing units, but secondary units that are ready to get involved if they are in a position to bring this to an end.
All right, I got some coverage that's live, y'all. Give me a second. Got Wolfie in the booth. Give me a second, Wolfie.
Officers, though, as we drive by, you'll occasionally see,
This is live, yeah.
Different agencies on the side of the street, standing by. LAPD is certainly aware of this pursuit. If they involve, we'll see.
Yo, Wolfie.
What's up, you guys?
What's up with you, bro?
You know, living the real life, like you know about it.
On Santa Fe, downtown Los Angeles.
You know about it. The resistance knows about the real life.
He makes another turn, and as we go down Randolph Street,
So where is this at?
kind of straddling all those.
It's in East LA, bro.
East LA? Okay, so we're talking about East LA. All right. That's a weird section.
More narrow street. Would you say more
Yeah, I'm surprised San Joaquin ain't on this joint. Well,
San Joaquin's up San Joaquin's in Central California.
yeah, but it's still breaking news. I mean, anybody over there, I'm surprised ain't, not too many people covering it.
Well, yeah, there's a lot of people down in Southern California, but San Joaquin's not there. But there is. There should be San Gabriel Valley News,
Right.
SGV.
So this been going on for a couple hours now. They just basically waiting for him to run out of gas.
I would expect my boy Johnny 50, a cool ass dude and a good friend, to be there. Maybe they are. Who knows? But you don't know where to go. Where are you gonna station? One place so they can drive by you.
Wait a minute, bro. Say that again.
Like, where are you gonna go? What are you gonna do? Station yourself in one area so they can just drive by you?
Oh
Then
yeah,
get back in your car?
yeah, definitely not going nowhere. They got the
You're not
chop.
gonna get any material out of it. Like, you might get a clip for like the news if they want to buy it or something. You know what I mean? But you're not gonna get much, because if that dude just drives by you with cops behind him, yeah, that's a cool clip, and people might buy it off of you for small value. But like, then you have to like get a whole compilation of little clips, because the dude just keeps driving by, and look, he's still driving. Like, the cops are like, they're like, fuck
Oh
it.
yeah, it look like he sideswiped somebody.
Well, the cops right now are waiting for him to run out of gas, right? So, like, we'll follow you, we'll fuck with you around here and there, but we're gonna get you. We have our helicopter, right? Our helicopters are a cheating device that we use because you don't want to be fucked with by the cops. We're gonna use a helicopter on you, you know?
Right.
And they're going to tell us that you turn left on Hawthorne or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're fucking, it's bullshit.
Shout
Like,
out
they're gonna get him.
Shout out to
They're gonna,
W.
he has no chance. He has no chance. Jay, out the way. This dude has no chance. He's
Yeah, I just wonder if
already involved.
I just wonder if it's going to get violent at the end, though.
Yo, yeah, I'm anxious to see what happens at the end here, because this guy might say, you know what? Fuck you. Take my life.
Shout outs to CJ Louis. What's up, bro?
What's up,
Frank,
y'all? I can't see the comments really. Let me see if I can.
Ronnie Echeverria. This is live in LA. Police chasing East LA.
Are you on YouTube too right now?
This is CBS Los Angeles.
No, you're on Facebook. That's how I found you on here. But are you? I'm like,
oh yeah. I'm on. I thought you were talking about the coverage. Yeah, I'm on YouTube too.
all right. I'm gonna see the comments on YouTube.
That's what I was telling you. I was telling you I was on streaming from YouTube too.
Oh shit! Where the fuck are you? Holy fuck!
So, ladies and gentlemen, this is a police chase in East LA, Los Angeles, California. This has been going on for a little over an hour and a half, maybe an hour and 45 minutes, close to 2 hours. And this guy's been riding all around the city. He's on his way to be running out of gas. So they pulled back on the ground chase and just pretty much kept is keeping the chopper on him. So they pretty much waiting for him to run out of gas. Hopefully this ends well and it doesn't end in violence. But you're getting in here from the resistance, and we're gonna see how this unfolds. My fault, Wolfie. I had you on mute. I was keeping the people in the chat abreast of what was going on.
All good, all good. I hope that it doesn't turn out to be some bullshit at the end. Trying to find. Oh, there it is.
And went the other direction. I thought it was a way to really kind of maybe get to this person's head mentally, because at one point it seemed like there was no law enforcement around. And then all of a sudden,
shout outs to Alfonso Science.
Actually, they just seem to arrive at an intersection, show up at an intersection.
Right. Yes, I remember. Yeah, I remember the exact that you were talking about, the one where they were very awkwardly behind it for quite some time. The alternative, just basically canceled the pursuit on him. But then they handed it off to CHP once he got on the freeway. And we saw, if our viewers may recall, just how aggressive CHP got with that one. And they, it's almost as soon as he got off the freeway and he went into a gas station, they slammed into the side of his vehicle and pinned him in and took him into custody right then and there. So it's up to, the individual watch commanders and, each district, or rather each department, agency, I should say, all has their various policies. Some are more aggressive than others, and some watch commanders are more aggressive than others. But it seems to me, just based on what we've been seeing, that as I wind down again just to see, you'll see that there's not only no units behind him. And he may just be trying to kind of blend in. Not only are there no units behind him, but there's no spotlight. You see the spotlight by the sheriffs, but it's not on the vehicle. I think that's intentional. I think they're trying to keep the light off of him right now and just kind of try to watch him, almost kind of spy on him without letting him know that they are still overhead. Maybe letting him think that he's getting away with this, when in reality, hopefully they're just going to wait for him to stop wherever he's going to stop, and then they can have nearby units come respond and come and take him into custody.
Well, they have so many things up their sleeves and so many techniques, and of course they have mastered the art of dealing with this person psychologically. Not necessarily this person individually, but any driver that you sort of contemplate what their next move would be. And you notice that he has put his lights on. This is the first time that we have seen this, at least since you and I have been talking at the top of the hour. And you would think that maybe he's doing this because he doesn't see any law enforcement in his sights or overhead. He may think that he's out there by himself now. As you mentioned, he's just going to try to blend in with traffic. He has certainly slowed down. We saw him reach speeds of even up to 70 miles per hour on certain streets which was quite dangerous. He's driven in some neighborhoods that have been pretty dark, narrow roads. Notice how slow he's going now. He's almost coming to a stop, it would seem.
Yeah, I mean, he's got his lights on. He's driving completely normally now at this point, and it's just a really weird situation that we can see. My pilot actually has just gotten so kind of surreal. My pilot questioning if this is even the right vehicle. We can see this is the car with the blacked out lights, or rather the blacked out windows. So I'm pretty confident that this is still the vehicle, and he's just driving very subdued now at this point, as if nothing even happened. He's got his lights on. He's obeying all of the traffic laws. You see how kind of aimlessly he's still driving.
Yeah, that's got to be the right vehicle.
Yeah.
Because he just stopped in the middle of the intersection.
Yeah, and maybe he's even questioning to himself, like, wow, did I
high school audit.
going to get out of this?
I said Garcia.
That the law enforcement is still over.
Green line.
Just kind of see where this takes us now.
This is live.
Resistance.
You.
Don't even know what the.
You're woofy.
You think this guy's gonna fucking get out of here?
Very, very reckless driving.
Man, let me turn it down real quick. I hope it ends well, man. I hope he doesn't give up any kind of resistance. I mean, he's already dead in the wrong, man.
Well, I just hope they let him go.
I hope we don't have surprises inside that car neither. In Philly there was a carjacking earlier this week. It was a woman and 2 children in the back seat.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, it was fucked up. But that was like some random weird shit. But like this guy, he probably just wants to get away. Just let him go. Like they got his tag, right?
Say again?
Right? They got his tag, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So let him go. Charge him another day. Why do you have to chase this guy around town and put people in danger?
I don't know. I'm trying to pull up the story.
Remember the Wendy's? Remember the Wendy's shit where they burned the Wendy's down? Remember the guy that fell asleep in the Wendy's drive-thru?
Yeah, last year. Was that ATL, Georgia?
Yeah. He ran away and they shot him.
Yeah.
They already had his information. Why don't you just let him go? And then you catch him when he's sleeping some morning and you serve him fucking court paper. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, it doesn't have to be like this. This guy could fucking hit somebody right now. And he's still being chased by cops. This is the bullshit. You already got his fucking ID. His ID is in his license plate, bro. Like, you know what I mean? You search up the license plate, you'll get everything about what the fuck, where you need to go to find out about this person, right? Even if it's not his car, even if it's a girl that he fucks with, right? You'll be able to go over there and be like, who is the guy that was driving your car on this night? You know? But instead, they want to make people drive over people.
We got Wolfie Gladly sounding off, y'all.
Dude, I fucking know about this shit. This is dumbest shit I ever saw. Just let him go. You already know all about the tag. That's it. It's the end. Tomorrow morning, let him sleep, and you come 4 hours later, and you'll fucking catch him dead asleep.
Hey, but look though, you don't know what he got in the car. Just like I mentioned that situation earlier in Philadelphia earlier this week. It was 2
Who gives a fuck what he got in the car?
What you mean?
Who cares what you got in the car? Who cares what gender you identify as? Who cares if you smoke, if you do heroin and
No, I'm talking about who. We don't know if he's by himself or not. You know, it could be some minors in that car.
All right, look, check this out, right? New Jersey just passed some laws for marijuana for the legalization that happened, right? And it's like nobody can be arrested for regulated cannabis. That's absolute, right? And then they say there's a difference between regulated cannabis and marijuana / hashish, right? And you can only have 6 ounces of marijuana or under 17 ounces of hashish, right? Above that would be a penalty and it would be enforced by law. Under those restrictions, it's not a crime, right?
Oh,
They
what's it?
sent this out to all
those tiny towns south of downtown LA. Maywood, where this actually started, Southgate, Cudahy, Huntington Park, so many tiny little towns that as soon as you're into it, you're back out of it again, and you're into some part of Los Angeles or what have you. But at least we're not seeing the really chaotic driving that we were seeing earlier on in this pursuit, where this guy was just going to the wrong side for no reason, and up to 90 miles an hour on the freeway, and he's had his lights back on. So just have to see if the unit back hanging way back there, if they're going to re-engage us.
Yeah, look, they have really, can you still see them from your vantage
this
point?
helicopter for the news works for the government.
Just one unit that's behind him. Let's see what
Did
turn
he
he
stop?
makes. Stopped at this. Yeah, stopped at this light right here.
Behind the
It's just
building.
behind this building.
Okay, I see a cruiser
We'll
too.
see.
See right
Yeah,
there?
you see the cruiser
To the
there.
left.
Yeah, and here he goes. Okay. So
He's still rolling, y'all.
Well, as before, he would have just completely blown through that.
South Boyle Avenue, East LA.
For the police that are behind him. So it's a very peculiar.
News and the police. I've always said this. These news helicopters will follow this guy. These news helicopters are not law enforcement, but they're sitting there feeding the cops information. He's turning left on Hawthorne. He's turning right on Berkeley. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're fucked up. Like,
Run out of gas or get himself trapped in a cul-de-sac or something. That's, I think, the best that we can hope for him.
Well, this looks like another narrow street that he's on right now. Randolph, well, not necessarily.
Yeah, you got, looks like this is one of those divided streets with abandoned train tracks in the middle of the roadway. And here goes by this person who has, no idea that they're pretty close to a possibly, dangerous suspect. But again, it's still just kind of perplexing since we don't know.
oh shit! See, there's another helicopter there.
Something that
Miles Avenue, made a right on Miles Avenue.
At this point, if this was LED,
Yo,
the information along
snitches get stitches,
these small
right?
they're not. They
But
don't.
the news doesn't.
Waiting for media to call them to
This is crazy, dude. I can't believe this.
out there actually doing the work because they have a pretty small agency. But
Well, look at
like
this.
he kind of wanted to go through that. I know, it looked like he wanted to go through that red line, but then thought a little better of it here at Miles Avenue. But making that illegal turn on the wrong side of the road again for no reason at all. I mean, a lot of times we see suspects do this.
East Slauson Avenue.
Traffic to try to get ahead of the police, but this is just ridiculous. There's absolutely no reason to do this.
Well, you know what, Desmond?
Unless he just thinks, well, I've already broken so many laws,
I might as
I may as
well
well break
keep-
a few more.
I don't mean to laugh, but you know what? You're probably right about that, since he's knowing he's going to probably spend some time, in jail.
If the license plate read it was a stolen vehicle, then I would be like, okay, they have every right to fucking chase that car down. But I don't know if it's a stolen vehicle.
He may be saying, well, why not get what I can?
Right.
Now, this
well,
is an interesting.
Driving kind of into an
It's an
industrial.
alley.
It looks like into a big parking lot here. Let's see if this comes out the other side, and indeed it does. I was hoping that was going to be a one-way entrance, but
Yeah, close enough.
unfortunately, this suspect has been a little too savvy for that. In every which way he's gone, he's not made a single wrong turn into into a street that
The dead ends.
just comes to an end. Yeah, the dead end somewhere.
I wanted to tell you, Desmond, when he was stopped at that light back there, I said, well, now you're blocking the sensors, which is not going to have the light change, because we learned that from you. Was that last week or the week before last?
Yeah, earlier this week, I believe. Yeah, the one that.
On Randolph Street, y'all, East LA. He definitely said he threw a gun out the window.
Police and the suspect acting like nothing was wrong. They were sitting there for a while because the people at the front were up in the crosswalk and didn't trigger the signal, so they were just going to sit at that intersection probably, forever until they made a turn away from it. But
he looks like he was on the wrong side of the street again at one point, but now he's back. This is a relatively dark.
We got Bresley McBooster in the house. He said he didn't. Well, I'm just reporting what the news said, that they said he threw a gun out the window.
A lot of them, but at least he has his lights on. At this point, I haven't seen him turn his lights off in quite some time. The way he was earlier, really.
They'll say anything.
He crashed already the way that he had been driving earlier in this pursuit.
And we have seen him on Milton. We've seen him on Middleton. We've seen him on Clarendon.
Yeah, we have seen him. It's almost certainly this guy's, this is where he lives or his friends live.
Watch how the news follows this guy.
Same neighborhood.
And be very fucking careful in remembering what the news is doing for the government.
Down that way out my left window and making kind of another aimless turn. And this guy just, at this point, I mean, if he does, you just get out and decide to walk away from the vehicle and blend in or go inside of the house.
And Zoe and Santa.
The news, the ones that tell you to do what you need to know. Fucking, yeah, the ones that tell you what you need to know every day.
They're kind of keeping their distance, but they are there, as opposed to earlier when,
fucker.
They kind of
you
left.
Motherfucker.
They're on the ground, just a little farther back.
Yeah, and you think he at one point we thought that he might have been playing a cat and mouse game with law enforcement, right? He sort of waited until they got close and then he'd pull off again. We've seen that numerous times with these pursuits. All right, he has to come behind. There he is, Desmond.
Shane Canadian.
Pulling up next to
Let this guy go home.
On Santa Fe.
Let him go home. Let
Pursuit.
this guy go home.
Right.
We have technology now that tells you where this guy came from, how he got that vehicle, or whatever. Let him do whatever, and then follow up on it later. Don't make a. He's gonna hit somebody on a cross.
They said he threw a gun out the car, Wolfie. So now he on high pursuit.
What I'm saying is he's gonna hit somebody. Maybe let's let him go home.
And the police just kind of winding up to see how far back they're pretty far back at this point. They may have even backed off again completely. Seville Street, down onto Seville Avenue, making a southbound turn on Seville.
And still continuing, when he stops, it's just momentarily, almost like I'm going to let the law enforcement catch up to me and then I'm going to take off again. It's almost as if, well, if I'm driving pretty normal, then, they may just let me go. But then again, Desmond, we know if he gets down to a speed under 35 miles per hour, there is possibility of doing a pit maneuver if they so choose, which we have not seen at all tonight. Throughout this.
Yeah, we haven't really seen any attempt at all to stop this suspect, and it's possible then they just kind of bailed off of this one again as far as pursuit. And that last unit that we saw that was on this guy, and I say guy, not even sure if this is a guy or a girl, but just because the windows are so dark. But we just kind of saw him tailing the vehicle. They weren't responding with their lights and sirens. They didn't have
their flashers on. They were just kind of spying on him from the ground, and then they kind of left again. So now we're kind of just left with eyes from the air on this guy. There was, there you saw one officer right there. So they're still standing by in some areas. You see some flashing red and blue lights on some of the side streets, making yet another turn. I've got to think at some point this guy is going to arrive somewhere and get out of the vehicle and run. But yeah, definitely not seen it yet, or run out of gas. I mean, how much gas does this guy have? He's stopping and starting, stopping and starting. I mean, if he had a full gas tank, he still has, unfortunately, a long way to go. But at some point, still just hoping he's going to make a wrong turn. But hasn't been the case yet. There's not too many cul-de-sacs this part of town, this flat part of Los Angeles, you know, the part of the street grid. Goes through quite a bit. Some of the streets that come up against Alameda.
You must got a double tank on that joint.
Go through, but besides,
He's driving like a good citizen.
but a lot of the streets, you know, they go all the way through to other major streets, and it's been really easy for this guy to get through.
And one thing we can say with a pretty good amount of certainty is that he has been avoiding the freeways. We saw him on the 710 briefly, but that was about it, right? I mean, he has really been on Surface Street for the whole time, and this probably started around, I would say, 10, could be off a few minutes there, but he has avoided getting on freeways when he certainly had the opportunities to do that. We just saw him get on the southbound 710 at one point, and then he quickly, I think he came up at the next exit, and now he's back. He's remained in this particular area, just sort of driving aimlessly, slowing down a bit here, lights on now, in a residential area. And we don't.
The freeways is track.
Here, we know that they're still probably overhead, right, Desmond?
Shout outs to Wade Joseph Kaiser.
They're being very,
Hello, my friend.
incognito, but you know what I mean. Wow, there's a bus.
Yeah.
All right.
Right. He was.
Oh, look at him.
2 miles, and then you know he got off and came back to where this all began. Really kind of went full circle and was making me think that he was getting ready to bring this to an end one way or another.
Oh, he's gone.
Not the case. Continues to go.
Dang.
Hey, look, couple of people in the chat saying this ain't live, but this is what's being broadcasted from East LA right now. I'm in East Coast, Boston, Massachusetts. Wolfie is in Philadelphia, PA. Okay, the time is currently 3:35 on the East Coast. It's 12:35 over there in the West Coast. So this is what's being broadcasted.
And conspiracy theorists. It's conspiracy theorists all over.
That's a good way to describe it, Desmond. And back on East Florence Avenue, again, some very familiar territory.
He's gone.
Much brighter area, busy. At some points, we could see when he stopped at the light there into the intersection, you see more vehicles on the road, more cars on the road.
Yeah,
so you know what we're going to do? Desmond, just want to give a countdown here because we're going to be joining the Late Show with Stephen Colbert. But for our viewers, you can follow Desmond and myself over on CBSN Los Angeles. We'll continue there.
Yo, Jay, do you think this dude doesn't know that
we are still on the
helicopters
air. Gas station
right
he's
there?
pulling to, yes.
So, yeah,
Gas station.
let me just say.
Get out and get some gas.
I'm really curious.
Let me just say the people in the chat who said that this was old, it definitely is old footage, but this is what they're broadcasting from the West Coast. We seen this part earlier.
Thank you, OG Perfect Sense. Love you.
Shout outs to Wasted Ones.
He ditched the helicopter overhead, and
I'm in 17. What up, bro? Lee Ferrari.
They lost visual of him, and my pilot
OG Perfect Sense is fire.
was the case.
Shah, I hit you with the fire right back.
Shout outs, bro. Thank you for giving me that information.
Multiple sets of eyes follow this guy, but that seemed like it would have been a good
This
opportunity.
guy is taking these cops on a run, but it's not like serious. He went fast like once.
That's very true as well. But I just kind of envisioned in my head, just
Hold on for a minute. I'm trying to pull something else up.
For them to just kind of surround it, or just to pull up, and that didn't happen.
Give me 1 second, yeah.
This guy over here.
Who that?
He's trying.
Was that a Bell Police that just passed?
It looked like it. Yeah, it certainly looked like it. They're kind of going by, giving him, the cold stare as he's at a complete stop. But yeah, it's just so weird that he just pulled into that gas station. Maybe he just needed a quick breather on this one. Maybe he was thinking of going inside to get a snack, but didn't quite have enough time. Might have seen the spotlight out of his rearview window, across the street, and thought that he needs to continue. And that's what he's doing on Corona Avenue, headed back northbound, very aimlessly through these tiny jurisdictions south of downtown Los Angeles. But you see, he does still
America.
They're still standing by to get this guy whenever he does decide to stop, which at this point, that might be a Saturday morning.
Yep. We're not that far behind Saturday morning. We're close to midnight here, Desmond. Now there's another, there's a couple. There's several now.
Yeah, there's three, and it looks like these look like the three that were originally wanting him before. So he's got to know that this is just all a complete waste of everyone's time doing this to get away. They're obviously not letting this one get away. This isn't one of those where they decide to let him go because it's too dangerous to the public. We've seen it on him and then off him and then on him again. And going in this parking lot here, let's see if this officer's going to box him in. It's really close there. Can't tell if he hit him, if that officer's car hit him or not.
No, there he is.
They really tried to get him boxed in right there, but just didn't quite have the angle. Couldn't quite turn quickly enough. Another unit there going the opposite direction. So maybe they're going to get a little bit more aggressive about bringing this one to an end. I'm not sure why they're not using their lights and sirens right now.
That's smoke and scan on the left-hand corner.
Or what, but you saw that fairly aggressive maneuver there. And
look at this.
Nearly thought it was the closest we've had to him boxing himself in to a situation, but he was able to narrowly escape.
And I was going to say, Desmond, I mean, this is not as, the traffic here is not as heavy as we have seen from some points of the evening. So if they were going to get aggressive, that certainly could have been a possibility. Yeah. And I'm saying that because you don't see as many motorists on the street. Well, you narrowly missed that car. That car nearly got out of the way there.
Yeah, I mean, we're getting to be, pretty late at night, especially considering COVID times. There's really no place for anyone to go right now, so you're not going to see very much traffic out here, at midnight. And but certainly, wish we could have seen a pit maneuver or something like that. But they just could not quite get into position soon enough. They really tried to box him in there, but making another turn back onto Randolph Street. Again, it's been a very popular street for this guy to be going on right now. Probably the dozenth time that we've seen this.
Really, are cops really worth anything?
Train yard and heading eastbound towards the 710. We'll see. Maybe he'll get in a street right here where he gets into a dead end or something as he creeps closer to the 710. But unfortunately, this guy does seem to know the streets well enough to avoid that from happening. Just going all over the place. He's going the wrong way right now. Yeah, you can see the street is divided.
It is the one.
So he's going east. He's going east in the westbound lanes. He has his lights on. So
shout outs to Jammer Blue. Information's on the bottom right. CBS Live, Los Angeles.
You know what? There's a little close there.
Wow.
That guy is like, what are you doing? That guy going the opposite way.
Sure.
smoke, like, must have been really nerve-wracking.
Yo, these newscasters don't realize that anything goes nowadays. You can do whatever the fuck you want except for critically think.
We'll see how long this streak continues on. A little ways longer, but this is the longest he's been going the wrong way, at least not very quickly, only about 15, 20 miles an hour. So he's, kind of ironically he's being as carefully dangerous as he can.
Yes.
Right now, dangerous
That's
as
good.
it comes back into two-way traffic, and the police are definitely getting annoyed with this one as they keep their eyes on it from the other side of Randolph Street.
You know what makes me think of Desmond, not trying to do a lot of conjecture here, but we really have, no choice. We have, since they tried to box him in before, almost makes you think that they would certainly try to do it again, or they would, you know what I mean? I mean, to make that decision in the first place to try to box him in, that they would attempt to do something like that. Another time.
Yeah, absolutely, especially if they have, one of the cruisers that has those big kind of brush guards, those big guards on the front,
Right.
A lot of CHP cruisers have that, and in that pursuit that went on and off before CHP finally put a stop to it. That's what we saw, one of those vehicles that's equipped with one of those big guards in the front so that they could, basically block in a car without worrying about damaging one of their expensive police vehicles. So if they have those kind of units involved, and those are also going to be that are PIT certified.
This guy driving definitely has white privilege. Yo, like something's wrong with this.
This was where we first heard the call, right around this area, where Atlantic and 55th, and it was in Atlantic and 54th.
I would be surprised if this was a black male.
90 minutes ago when we first heard this. So we come.
You said you would be surprised?
On this basically.
I would be surprised. Yo, this is a white privilege thing, right? Like somebody should have taken this dude out by now.
Yeah. Again on the wrong side, and again through a red.
I'm just being sarcastic, but you know how I
I'm
am.
saying that's interesting, though. We got to see how it unfolds.
Yeah, I don't even know who the guy is that's driving. It has to be a guy. It can't be a courageous chick, right?
I don't know.
Could be. Maybe.
Shout out to Maybach Mel. Farabi Hain Rayburn. Yeah, we believe that this may be a little old, maybe about 40 minutes
I
old.
can't tell if they have the night sun on.
Yeah,
all
these
all
people
news
are
in
killing
LA,
it. I love this chase. This is the best.
all news in LA had cut coverage on it. So I had started streaming while it was actually live. So I think this is a repeat. I'm not sure, but this is what's broadcasted from the West Coast right now at 12:45 LA time.
So he avoided that intersection that I was talking about.
And it's 3:45 East Coast time. So if it isn't live, then it's just a recap of what's been going on. I'm checking to see if there's any recent coverage on it, if they caught him or not.
No, it says 12:45 a.m. That's 3 hours behind us.
Yeah, but he had pulled in that gas station. We had some of the people who were in with me when I started. We seen him pull in that gas station already. So that gave me the indication that it was a repeat.
No, I was going to say, good point that you mentioned.
I mean, a repeat from 24 hours ago, though.
No, a repeat from like a half hour ago from when they ended the coverage. They ended coverage on it.
No, I'm looking at what you have up right now. It says 12:46 a.m. And what on my computer, it says 3:46 a.m.
Yeah, well,
So that's live.
what I'm telling you is that what we're watching has actually ended. News has ended the coverage maybe about a half hour ago. And
Shit. So it's on delay.
Right, they ended the coverage. Like that's the part about it.
Yeah, that's weird.
So I don't know. They said people wanted DJ Batty Beat said I paused it. I didn't pause anything. I just muted it. But if it's live, okay, good. But
Yo,
I don't know.
how does it end? Does it end with the driver and all the cops smoking crack together?
Doesn't. A lot of times it spins the vehicle around and disables it, and then other times, they
Thank you, Kimberly Doctor. That's what I thought. Shout out to Kimberly Doctor.
Looks like he's making yet another U-turn, and these officers are
Yeah, they mysteriously cut the coverage on it, y'all. That's crazy.
They don't have their lights on him.
So I'm checking up to see what's the latest on it.
The rest of the public would know exactly what's going on.
Wade Joseph Kaiser, shout out to you. That's what I'm on, CBS in Los Angeles.
Nearby people like anything weird is going on, even though it certainly is. It's almost like
shout outs to Johnny.
Like a silent pursuit, like this quiet game of cat and mouse, kind of in a way. And they can't make any U-turns. So what is this guy's idea? What is his plan? Is it just to do this until he's out of gas and then surrender?
Yeah.
And just basically break as many laws as he can and just be as flagrant as possible and annoy the police as much as possible before he goes away, or what? Like maybe he wanted to make a turn there, but there's another unit and that street blocked off wasn't going to allow that to happen. But making U-turns now on Eastern Avenue in the city of Commerce.
Well, I say I'm glad, simply because he's not driving as fast. That would certainly make things a lot more dangerous, as we have seen. So he's still, you say, is he just trying to annoy the police for as long as he can? Probably so.
Yeah. Look at all these flashing lights. I guess we still have some red light cameras here in LA County, the city of Commerce. Boy,
There's
a bunch of things getting set up. Boy, I'm malfunctioning. It's kind of weird.
Like several.
Like a disco or something. But so we're making a turn now. So we're pretty much in the city of Commerce now, Slauson Avenue, not too far away from the 5 Freeway. Commerce, very similar to Vernon, and then it's mostly industry next to the name Commerce. So you see pretty much a ghost town out here, almost no streets at all. Slauson gets ready to actually, sorry, that's going to be the 710 Freeway that he's crossing. So headed back towards, looks like we're headed back towards.
Shout out to Victor Reynoso, Port Dirt Farming. Appreciate y'all.
Lower speeds, weird maneuvers, chaotic driving like a maniac that's slowing down, and driving like a normal person. It's just been, we've been all over the place on this one.
Yes, we have, and we still have not been able to say for sure if there is more than one person in that car, which I think is rather amazing. And I say that because we generally have a bit more information, but maybe because this is Bill, they aren't releasing as much as some of the other law enforcement agencies.
I'm in the background trying to see if they started more coverage on this. I'm not sure if this is live or not, y'all. I know it's broadcasted as being live.
It has to be live.
All right, well, it's live then.
It has to be because it's the same time.
Some kind of chatter about vandalism. We weren't completely sure on that. And, again, stolen vehicle, the most common one on these pursuits more than half the time. That's what it is. Reckless driving, that's another really common one. DUI, reckless, we hear that a lot, but that's not to say that that's what these are. But if we were going to make a bet on any one of those, that would probably be what we would say. Or, just could have been that they know that this could be a known suspect, someone that they've been wanting for a while. We see LA County Sheriff's deputies have not been actively involved, but they have been standing by and watching this. They've been kind of monitoring this. Their assistance was asked for earlier by Bell PD, and the LA County Sheriff's declined. They've not been in the chasing mood lately. They actually gave up too early this afternoon and let those go after they got a little bit too dangerous. So LA County Sheriffs tend to be on the more conservative side when it comes to these pursuits. CHP tends to be on the more aggressive side. But we're dealing with a small agency, and I guess after tonight, maybe we can say that the Bell is on the more aggressive side, unless this just happens to be someone that that they've been looking for a long time. Definitely a possibility. I mean, this makes you wonder that they've been, on this for so long, and then on again, off again, on again, off again. Kind of like this guy's crazy driving.
And he doesn't really.
More red lights.
And he certainly doesn't see. Now the officer was stopped in the middle of the intersection. Did you notice that? One of the
Yeah, they wanted to stop
traffic.
Right. They just wanted to make sure. Yeah, they wanted to make sure nobody was going to come through it, and crash into them or anything like that. Going over the Los Angeles River, and I hate to say it, Pat, because I know this is the worst kind of ending, but this guy is just about to outlast our fuel tank. We've been on this for so long now, just about 2 hours, and we were in the air a little bit before that. We do not have too much longer to go on this one. I believe he's going to be getting on the freeway again, too. So, see if we can stay with this a little bit longer. Here comes the spotlight again. We're just kind of getting away of the land, but he is getting back on the freeway.
Shout out to Mark Murphy.
Right where he was earlier there at Atlantic Bandini.
Jamie Saletto.
What's happening here? He stopped.
Yeah, with his lights on, right? The first time his lights were on, he was going 90 miles an hour.
He on the highway right now. I didn't see this last time.
He stopped.
That's the good side, right? I always get Jekyll and Hyde confused. I was going to say earlier, I think
He on the Long Beach Freeway.
So earlier he was driving.
He stopped. He stopped.
A little bit more like Jekyll at the speed limit with his lights on, and the police not too far away. I just want to see how far away the are on this one.
There he goes.
And they don't have their sirens on either, or their lights. They're driving behind, as we can see, but they're not, they're not lit up. In other words, which I thought was rather interesting. And I thought it was rather
spotlight too far off.
It's funny as fuck.
So you've got units here. They're just no lights and sirens. LA County Sheriff has been on this for about as long as we have. They're keeping the spotlight really far away from this guy and doubling back.
What?
Pretty close to where he is. It's just unfortunate that unless he gives up here within the next couple of minutes,
He stopped again.
we're going to get an ending on this because we're unfortunately running on fumes.
Well, we want you to be safe, and certainly, want you to start your weekend on the right note, Desmond. Really important, being safe in the sky and on
So the commentator saying he got to refuel up or whatever.
They'll just go.
He's stopping and then he's going and then he's stopping and then he's going. I don't know what's going on. It's funny.
Yes, as well, or they just get tired maybe and say, well, okay, might as well call it a day because I have nowhere else to go. They're
Shout out to Expose the Truth.
And this will probably, end when it does, and they'll take him into custody. Him or her or whoever else is in this vehicle. We're not exactly sure of that right now.
Yeah, that is another X factor. It's just how many people are in this vehicle right now. But the police, Bell PD, still kind of hanging that kind of far back. And I got to say, Pat, it seems like lately we've really been having to earn our weekends, right? Last Friday we had that pursuit.
What's his vehicle next to him?
Lasted until after midnight. And
I don't know.
Now 2 Fridays in a row.
I know this.
Almost into Saturday morning.
Not exactly date night, is it, Desmond? I think we were joking. I think we were joking about that, about going out to dinner or something like that. But at this rate, for goodness sakes. But that's how it is.
All right, take a smoke real quick.
Business.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. You have hours of nothing happening in peace and harmony, and then you get a pursuit that.
What's up, everybody? The Resistance is taking a smoke break real quick, and Wolfie Gladly is taking over the microphone.
Shout out to third person, breaking the floor. Say the humans.
Shout out to everybody that has the balls to stand up to the cops, and we're gonna watch this car stop and go.
My awesome pilot just let me know that we're down to just about the last minute on this one.
Okay.
Once he gets down to about the 105, we're going to have to abandon this one and go land for fuel. But my awesome pilot Mitch keeping us safe up here tonight, making going through a lot, trying to follow this guy, turn left and right, speed up and brake, speed up. It's it could be
Come
really.
on. This is stupid as hell, dude. If it was me, they would have spike stripped me already.
So I know we need to.
This is really dumb.
This is going to come to an end, but unfortunately, that's just how the cookie crumbles tonight.
So that's okay. Hey, give Mitch our best, and Mitch, we're all going to go out to dinner when we get the opportunity to do so.
Awesome, sounds good. I'm going to hold you to it, man.
Oh, you got it. No, and I've said it on the air, so we're fine. So listen, Desmond, I'm going to bid you and Mitch a good night, and to our viewers, and we will go back to our regular program, of course, on CBS 2, and we will bid you good night from CBSN Los Angeles. Have a good weekend, everybody.
Let's fly. This is not just another streaming app. This is gripping headlines, gripping drama, and hulking death groups. This is agony, ecstasy, and puppetry. This is everything you've been looking for.
This is as good as it gets.
Live sports, all the breaking news, and a mountain of entertainment.
This is our future, people.
This is Paramount Plus, and this is Peak
Weird as that.
I don't know what they ended it.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck I was just watching. I was like, what?
Oh, we're having the Southgate, East Los Angeles area where this pursuit is
I
mostly.
was like, damn, the government is really tapped in, huh?
And we mostly, well, it kind of started was going to lose for a little while south of downtown LA. Started, we believe,
Yeah.
city, or actually Southgate, but the city of Bell that is chasing this suspect still for an unknown reason. Sometimes it can be really difficult for us to get the information out of these smaller agencies. They don't, necessarily have a PR officer or a public information officer, I should say, standing by to give us the info. But we're back in South LA at this point, kind of on the border of South LA and Huntington Park. You went up towards Boyle Heights at one point. East Los Angeles came blasting down to 710 at about 90 miles an hour as well. This dark vehicle, driving mostly with the lights off. I believe that was an LED cruiser you saw just zoom by the opposite direction as we're now headed eastbound on Gage, which is some good news, Matt, because he was going west and he was about to drive right into LAX's airspace, which was really going to complicate things for him. It's kind of interesting. He did that earlier as well. He was just about to get into that space where we could continue.
Yo, this guy's still driving around? This guy's still driving around like a maniac. They don't care.
I'm trying to see if they got.
Right where it all began, it's kind of telling to me that he came back.
I'm trying to see if they got recent coverage on it. Well, I can't.
Where's the UN? Where's the UN when you need them? Just drop a bomb.
Or something. We were hoping to see him. He was making so many turns in so many areas. We were hoping that he was going to make a wrong turn, down a cul-de-sac or something, and get himself stuck.
Yo, this shit is ridiculous, dude. I never saw a car chase be this ridiculous.
For no reason at all, not even to get around any traffic.
Because the guy only went fast a couple times, and there's no spike strips.
Yeah.
You know what, Desmond? We've noticed him making. I was watching you on our sister station, KPL9, and I noticed he made some U-turns for no reason as well, and just ended up back all the same.
Everything's allowed. Everything's allowed now. We're like, it's like everything's allowed except for critical thinking. You can do drugs, speed, fucking evade the cops. It's all cool, right? Like, fuck that shit.
Obviously, that he's going to be caught. He's going to have to give himself up because he almost has this sort of a desperation, Des, but at the same time knowing, like, okay, well, what else am I going to do? I can stop and find it out, which he may still try to do, but he's in the same area, which sort of is an indicator that he's familiar with this area.
Yeah.
Now, so watch.
We're in the end times. We can do what we want in the end times, except for actually speak against what the policies are going against us.
No, we haven't been able to confirm that with Bell PD what the exact want is, but As I was saying earlier on our coverage on King Line, that's probably, I would say, more than half the time that is the one. It is a stolen vehicle. A lot of times, these vehicles, the police vehicles, I should say, have those license plate readers, and if the vehicle is reported stolen, the system, it'll come up, and then they'll try to pull the vehicle over, and a lot of times they take off, and then the pursuit.
Shout out to William W.
It's unclear if that's what it is, or if it's reckless driving. This would certainly qualify as that, or if it was something. Sometimes we see the police try to pull someone over for a minor traffic violation, but then these people have outstanding warrants.
Well, what the real problem in America is that police officers think they're going to be exempt when the shit folds and collapses, but police officers don't realize that they're the very bottom of the food chain of government officials, right? So, if they would actually realize that they think that they're going to be insured, right? And maybe a couple, but not many. And they're going to be in the same class as us when the shit hits the fan. So, and as soon as they realize it, they'll understand when they get fired or let go and shit because they cut down. They're going to say, because of the good of humanity, we're cutting down on police officers. Dude, it's a setup. Defund the police. That's a setup, dude. Defund the police doesn't make any sense to me. But that shit's put into the minds of people for a reason. There's a good reason for it. Because they're going to do it. They're going to say, we don't need shit. You're going to own nothing. You're not going to need no police.
On the wrong side of the road to make a really wide right turn in front of stop traffic, or we're doing the
shout outs to Expose the Truth.
We've been seeing a lot of crazy maneuvers for sure, and some pretty high speeds at points. Our speedometer registering actually almost 60 miles an hour.
It's really funny though. People actually think
back towards South LA, and we'll see how long they decide to go.
That we're coming back to normal. We're not coming back to normal. We're going to watch this police chase and never come back to normal. We're going to get abnormal as we can watching this shit. Look, how did it not get this guy yet? Dude, if it was me, there would have been spike strips in the street an hour ago.
Possibly getting some assistance. I believe at one point you talked about the sheriff's department. Does that seem to be the case? I know I heard you say that the sheriff's department backed off and they left.
This dude is just running free in the streets of Los Angeles. That's insane.
The Bell police that are involved in this pursuit, or do they have assistance from LAPD, especially when we talk about spike strips?
Put that back up, please.
No, we do believe this is just LAPD. Clay County sheriffs have just had their helicopter overhead, and we'll see how long that continues.
This guy is running crazy, dude.
Because he's been in the city of Los Angeles.
Never saw anything like it. This is like
kind of right on the border of, I believe, Huntington Park and South LA. So it's just
in the summer of 2020.
It wasn't on the freeway long enough for CHP to get involved. We have seen some other officers though. As we drive by, you'll occasionally see, cruisers from different agencies on the side of the street, standing by. LAPD is certainly aware of this pursuit. If they end up getting involved, we'll see. He got pretty deep into Los Angeles when he was in Boyle Heights. He was there for probably more than 10 minutes, and LAPD did not get involved that time, as we are southbound on northbound on Santa Fe, headed towards downtown Los Angeles.
The cops are such heroes that they haven't stopped this guy yet from running around. Let me remind you guys, the cops are heroes, but they can't stop this dude from a chase. That's a shame.
Most Monday ever. Case of the Mondays.
Just so dangerous for all of these people making circles once again now on.
Look at these heroes. They're stopping this guy. They're gonna stop him.
All over the place in a pretty unpredictable.
He's not gonna run over your loved one.
Not sure that the police.
These heroes, you know.
Driving aggressively, then taking a
Most Monday ever. Case of the Mondays. Justo.
Be able to get right up behind him to even be able to initiate anything like that. And we'll see what he does. You're coming up on Alameda. That's kind of our border here. We cannot proceed any farther. We'll just have to see if he's going up northbound Alameda. So hopefully we can.
Look at these damn heroes. Look at these heroes over here behind them. They're giving him an escort.
And you notice the lights still way up there on the right-hand side.
Cool.
That's the video from earlier. And here he is, driving
Look at those heroes.
very tight U-turn and going in.
Yeah.
You see the black and whites right behind him. Here he is. He's turning in.
Hero.
And it looks like, are they going to try to stop him?
Uh-oh.
They
almost.
They almost.
Yeah. Stupid heroes. Right? Now here he goes again.
His speed is picked up. So that little aggressive move got him quicker. He was going up to 50, 60 miles an hour. Now he's slowed down to 47 miles per hour. There you see us clocking it on Air 7 with our SkyMap 7. Southgate is where he remains on East Gage Avenue and passing Carmelita Avenue. Now going at 32 miles per hour, so he's slowed way down again, going through a green light, which is not what he's been doing. He's been flying through some red lights, is what we saw earlier today, but in the last half hour or so, he seems to have slowed down. But there you see the black and whites in pursuit, staying close behind him on East Gage Avenue. We don't know much about this suspect, except for the fact that he threw a gun out of the vehicle, and so this pursuit continues on. And it's almost been Bell the entire time. I'm assuming that's still Bell, but I'm not sure.
How dare you have a gun in America?
That he could be, it could be Southgate.
The Second Amendment belongs to the police,
2 hours.
not you. I love it. They're so fucking stupid, man. I can't believe what I watched.
Adventure binge.
So they said police chase through southeast LA County ends with suspect in custody. So they got him.
Oh, so it is over?
Yeah, it's over.
Well, he gave him a run.
Some of these suspects are getting more and more brazen to try to get away, almost like daring the police to chase them. And as a matter of fact, I'm not seeing any units behind him at this point. They may have actually gone into surveillance mode as we're on Pacific Boulevard, still driving with the lights out. They still have the helicopter.
What's up with Johnny? What Johnny talking about? Johnny wants some smoke? Hey, William W., I think Johnny might want some smoke.
They may have gone out of pursuit mode.
I want some smoke, yo. Some good smoke. Some kush.
Once this does come to a stop, they'll keep an eye on them. And
shit, New Jersey just went legal.
Johnny said he wants some smoke. Hit the link, Johnny. What's up?
Lunch break or something like that. They've been listening to the streets being called out, and they hear, streets nearby to where they are being called out. That they can jump in and go and take out, get after this guy after he's out of the vehicle. Once he's done endangering everybody, there you see another unit standing by in the parking lot. So. I think that's where we are right now at this point, Pat. Just kind of in tracking mode.
It's live still, right?
We've had so many pursuits in just the last couple of weeks alone, Desmond, and certainly on a Friday.
This motherfucker ain't stopping anywhere, yo. It ain't over.
Friday night must be a pursuit.
Yeah, that's over with. They got him in custody.
But we have
that update was 26 minutes ago.
Yeah, you can't escape the helicopter, bro. You know?
I was saying worse than this person here, and they just turned
around. You're beat.
Waited for a moment.
They put they deploy the helicopter. You're done.
And with the other direction. And I thought it was a way to really kind of maybe get to this person's head.
Fucking snitches, man.
At one point, it seemed like there was no law enforcement around. And then all of a sudden, when you least expected it, there were a number of them that were actually, they just seemed to arrive at an intersection, show up at an intersection.
Man, just let that guy go and be free. What did he do wrong?
Yeah, I remember the exact pursuit that you were talking about, the one
He
where
threw a gun out the window.
sitting at that intersection very
So
awkwardly
what?
for quite some time, and then LAPD all
We're
turned
in America, dude. The Second Amendment means something.
basically canceled the
I don't care if it's registered or not. You know what I mean? We have the right to defend ourselves. Don't need to be registered. You don't need a permission slip.
Hey, Wolf, you seen that video I put out earlier?
No, I'll go back and look at it though.
I'm about to play it now.
All right. I love your videos, bro.
Thank you, bro. Fuck with your videos too.
Man, I love me some resistance, man. You make me fucking crack up. I know you personally, so I know exactly what you do.
All right, y'all. I'm gonna end this with my video that I premiered earlier a couple hours ago. Shout outs to William W. Expose the Truth, OG Perfect Sensei, The Humans, Bert Thompson. I see y'all in here. Johnny wanted to smoke, asking all kinds of questions on the East Coast, bro. I give out information like this, man. Anything that's going down with law enforcement, this is what I do. I put it out there since you want to know. Shout out to the little brother, Brettley McBooster. Appreciate y'all, man. Shout out to Wolfie Gladly in the chat commentating the situation. Appreciate you, Wolfie.
Yep.
Play this video, man. Get up on out of here. Y'all have a good night.
Procedure, man. You alright, brother? You know what I'm saying? You good? You keep the camera on you for your safety, alright? You good? Did you give him permission to touch your car? You gave him no permission, okay. You gave him permission to touch you? Hey, passenger, you know you have to answer no questions, bro. They violating your rights right now. Oh, he didn't tell you? Yo, you gonna arrest him because I'm recording? That's a lawsuit, bro. Yo, is that right? Tell him that.
Shout out to Cheryl Sharp. I just read the article that was put out 30 minutes ago. They had the suspect in custody. What you were looking at was from earlier.
Okay, hell, man, is that right? Yo, you need to stop telling me that shit, man. I'll put the complaint in myself. Pictures in the frame. I think word pictures I'm never waiting for college. Anything legal over there? Anything legal? Go about procedure over there? You alright, brother? You know what I'm saying? You good? You keep the camera on you for your safety, alright? What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's the Resistance.
We got Cheryl Sharp in the house. Hey, Cheryl Sharp, you want to hit that link and talk about it? You want to, air out what you got to say about the situation? We can talk about it. I'm going to drop the link in 3, 2, 1.
I was just on the bus. You good? Did you give him permission to touch your car? You gave him no permission, okay. You gave him permission to touch you?
they searching you for? You need to ask them that. You need to ask them that.
Well, picking somebody up and drop them off at his grandma's house.
And they searching you though?
How's that not make sense?
Wow. That's how you thought the police officers operate these days? To search people for no reason? Routine traffic stop. They ain't searching his car. That's a violation of your Fourth Amendment right. And he's a passenger. Why did they search the passenger? The passenger didn't do anything. I have to understand you guys violating his rights to drive over. The passenger didn't do anything. This is what you guys do. You violate Fourth Amendment rights, huh? Wow, this is crazy.
Shout outs to Brettley McBooster.
Hey, passenger, you know you don't have to answer no questions, bro. They violating your rights right now. They going in your shit for no reason, but hey, listen, bro, you got any legal problems with this, you can check this out on YouTube, The Resistance. It will be on YouTube. Nah, nobody's putting his address or anything online. Tell him, be careful. Don't lie to him like that, bro. Talk to me. Talk that bullshit to me. That's why you whisper to him, because you know I don't give a fuck about you, you piece of shit. Go there. Why ain't you talking about be careful? Your fucking address gonna be online. What's your name and badge? Make sure you get his name and badge, bro. It's your fucking right. He over here talking that bullshit to you. He gonna whisper that bullshit to you. He ain't gonna say that shit to me. Fucking piece of shit. Yeah, that's why they kept moving. You ain't got to answer no questions.
I got less than 6 ounces of weed. I got a medical card. Yeah. I have a medical card. Marijuana.
You don't have to answer questions.
It's not a drug. I got my medical card. I'm allowed to carry over 6 ounces of weed. That's what it sounds like. You're saying it's a drug. It's not medicine. You can find anything in there. It's my name on it. It's my medicine.
It's not pertaining to the routine traffic stop. Find out why they stopped you, bro. Why they searching you?
They're touching my medicine. They're taking it now.
Ask him if you're being detained. Are you being detained? Ask him that.
Wait now for the traffic stop, yeah. But he's not handcuffed, he's not under arrest.
Traffic stop? Why are you searching his car?
Because of the traffic stop.
Because of the traffic. What's the traffic stop?
I'm not going to get this.
You need to ask him that. What's the traffic stop for him to search your car?
I use a signal.
So they searching your car?
I'm not using a signal. I'm plus pulled out on me.
Hey, can one of y'all explain to me how y'all in his car because he didn't use a signal? Can one of you officers explain that to me? Why you got the passenger? I seen you guys search the passenger.
So they made the stop. We're just here assisting. You can talk to them after.
So y'all don't know what's going on. Y'all just here. You're just following orders, right? That's basically what y'all doing. Yeah, you're following orders. You're just here. You're assisting with the detainment. So you're following orders. So they're violating Fourth Amendment rights right now as we speak. They're in progress.
David, right?
Shout out to 357 Sig Beats 9 them known.
Yo, you didn't file a complaint, man. They searching your shit for no reason. Oh, what did he tell you? Yo, you gonna arrest him because I'm recording? That's a lawsuit, bro. Yo, is that right? Tell him, educate him, man. Is that right? For him to get arrested because I'm recording?
The younger kids are listening to the older.
Yo, you need to stop telling me that shit, man. I'll put the complaint in myself for you if you lock him up. And you know it. Threatening him to lock him up. That's crazy, man. Yeah, don't get in the car without no cops. Don't answer no questions, bro. You're a passenger. Don't answer no questions, bro.
So what we're saying, what we got doing is now, you know what I mean? No, that's all. That's what he was saying. That's what he was saying to you about.
Yo, whatever he told you, the reason why you rolling is because of this camera. The reason why y'all are in trouble because of this fucking camera. They could have violated your rights, and y'all already did by searching y'all. I don't give a fuck about the camera, officer. This is some my personal shit, not yours. This is my thing. I didn't ask you about your camera. Why you let him go? Why you let him go? See, discretion, right? After violating his Fourth Amendment rights? You don't think that was happening? They're telling you to be quiet, but you don't think that's what was happening? You wasn't searching the passenger? You didn't violate the passenger's Fourth Amendment rights? Why are you not saying anything now? You're telling me about your camera, bro. Alright, but what about the passenger when you searched him? Did you violate his Fourth Amendment rights, yes or no? Huh? He didn't violate anything, right? It'll be publicized, it'll be broadcasted. Just make yourself a star, dickhead.
Just a black man with cameras. All right, y'all. That's the latest upload that I put up last night. It premiered at 9 o'clock last night. Y'all can go to it anytime, check it out. It's called Clear Chance of a Fourth Amendment Right Violated. The thumbnail title is called Rights You Don't Have on Blue Hill Ave. No rights you have on Blue Hill Ave. So I appreciate y'all rocking out with me. I was trying to give y'all that coverage from LA. Shout out to Wolfie Gladly. We got Wolfie Gladly in the booth. I'm about to drop him out. I'm going to drop you out, Wolfie, because I'm about to get up on out of here. Appreciate y'all, man. Y'all make sure y'all check me out. Got membership going on the Resistance channel. Y'all make sure y'all check that out. Sign up for that. iPhone users, make sure y'all go to y'all PC to sign up for the Resistance membership. Yeah, man, got some things coming in the future. More live streams coming at y'all. You know what I mean? Weather going to be breaking soon, so, you know, going to be more street coverage to give y'all. You know, I'm just a regular dude, man, just trying to get y'all the tyranny and corruption that happens across the country. So, yeah, man. Y'all make sure y'all stay tuned. It's the Resistance.